Hi Autophiles, Subhash here, and the reason why I'm dressed like a dweeb is because Ferrari has invited me to Thailand to witness the Southeast Asian launch of the 849 Testarossa. Thailand is currently in a state of mourning over the death of the Queen Mother, so we have to dress in black and white, and this is the only white shirt that I own, so I had to iron it. I didn't do a good job. I have to admit, I'm not the biggest Ferrari fan. I'm not like anti-Ferrari or anything like that. Supercars in general just don't factor into my world, even though I do work in the car industry. And when it comes to the brand Ferrari itself, I really don't have that many strong connections. When I was growing up, I didn't really watch Formula One, but whenever I did, I was a big Mika Häkkinen fan for whatever reason. I don't know, I was like 6 or 7 years old at the time. I just did what felt right, and Mika Häkkinen felt like a better or cooler driver. I don't know what it was. Maybe I just liked the black and white of the McLaren more than I liked the red of the Ferrari. But even though I don't really have strong feelings for Ferrari, I can't deny that my early childhood was definitely influenced by Ferrari and the Testarossa, to be specific, because the first racing game I ever played was Need for Speed. And I distinctly remember there being a Testarossa in that game. I remember that so vividly, and I also remember when I was growing up in Johor Bahru, there was this big garden, a public garden called Istana Garden. There used to be a red Ferrari Testarossa. I don't know whose it was, but it was parked there almost every time we went, and it was the first experience I had of seeing a supercar in the metal. And yeah, so it really left a very strong impression. I used to go up to that car and just look at it all the time. Up until maybe my teens, I really thought that supercars were really special because of the Ferrari Testarossa and how it looked and how it made me feel just looking at it. You know it's special, you know it's out there. Now, in my adult life, I have to say supercars, I'm a little bit jaded because it feels like every other week there's a new limited edition release for some prince in the Middle East to buy, but that's just the old jaded adult in me talking. And you know, being invited for a Ferrari event to witness the launch of a new Testarossa. This Testarossa is a V8 instead of a V12. Doesn't feel like the same Testarossa, but at least Ferrari is not doing the thing that Lamborghini did, which was just to reissue the Countach as a limited edition reimagining of the old 1980s legend. This Testarossa just feels like it's a new Ferrari, but it's got that old name. A slightly better approach, I think, from Ferrari than Lamborghini. And I'm not actually going to put much coverage of that 849 Testarossa here. I'll just show some pictures and video clips of the event. But you know, this car is so beyond most of us that it's not really worth covering in much detail. But I cannot deny how strong the Ferrari brand is. Like I really have no love for this brand. If you give me a Ferrari mug or Ferrari keychain, I might give it away. That's honestly my feeling towards the brand. But I also know how strong the effect is, because when I went to see my brother in Europe a couple of years ago, there was a Ferrari exhibit at one of the car museums, and even though I've been to that part of Europe many times and I've been to that car museum a few times, I was just so drawn, and I was like, I just need to go and see this thing. I need to experience the history of this brand. And so I paid quite a bit of money to go and check out that exhibit and took a bunch of pictures and tried to learn a little bit about the brand's history. And I wasn't converted. I can't say I came out there a Ferrari fan, but it definitely gave me a greater appreciation for that kind of thinking when it comes to building cars. So if you're a Ferrari fan, I feel you. Definitely very strong feelings around this brand, a lot of strong history around this brand. But yeah, if you're like me, then I don't know, hard to be excited about a car that you can never own or drive. I mean, I have driven a couple, but anyway, signing out. Bye-bye.